It has to be a crime to be this accurate. Guys, welcome back to another episode. Holy moly, let's get into it. Wow guys, thanks so much for joining me on this episode. Guys, I have not touched this part of the chart that I had from yesterday, and we've been talking about this exact thing happening for the past few days. This is actually comical, just how accurate this has been. Now, there's some things I really need to get into. Basically, exactly what we said would happen. Now, I want to tell you my next targets, our next goals, because guys, this is where things get a little fishy. So we got a lot to jump into, but before we get into all of it, because there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of stuff to pack in, I just want to say, if you guys are new and you want to be part of future giveaways and want to be part of the channel, want to be part of this great thing that we're building, just leave a like, subscribe, and comment in the hashtags. Hashtag crypto is draining my bank account. Guys, let's get into it. We have so much to go over. It's possible we might jump into some other cryptos that you guys want to cover, but I need to start off with Bitcoin, guys, because it's very key what's happening right now, and it's exactly how we were pretty much expecting it to play out. However, it did happen a little bit faster. Now we're going to look on the smaller time frames and get a real glimpse of what is coming next, because guys, we really have to keep that in mind. This happened pretty fast, so the data is just coming in hot, and we just need to make sure we get these calls out fast. We just need to make sure we got to get this data out fast for the team. So guys, let me get rid of, I will kind of revise this. I'm going to keep this little bounce here. So, and I'll revise it to kind of how quick it happened. So this was drawn from yesterday and yesterday's video, and even the video from this weekend, I believe it was Sunday, and even the week before that, we were talking about these key levels. And guys, so far we're seeing a massive bounce here, but there's two opportunities, two scenarios now. And the first one is on the screen. It's basically like that. Again, granted how fast it happened, it might be a little bit quicker, okay? So it could even be something like that. Basically, those two are kind of the same scenarios in my book, pretty much the same scenario. But we do have another scenario, and that's something we really need to tie into this whole thing, and we really need to investigate and get our forensic spoons out and dive into this whole trifecta, without a doubt. So guys, basically, the reason that we call this bottom, again, I don't want to spend too much going into this, even though this was confirmed to be correct so far. Obviously, there are a lot of things going on right here. The fib retracement at 618, we have the bottom of this channel, or the bottom of this market structure that I'll zoom out and you'll see. And as well, we had exactly where the middle of this flag, this bull flag, is, which I've been calling for a while now. Why I didn't expect to go past the middle. Now, if we extend this here, you can see right there, guys, right there. And currently, we're actually having a little bounce. And actually, if we want to take out the volume, we can kind of see, how's the volume doing? Wow, it's not actually very high yet. So that's a very big indicator that we have to keep into account. And we have to use that to make our decision on where we'll go next. Another thing I want to look at is the stochastic RSI. Look at us down here below 1 currently, about like 0.39, extremely oversold there. That's what the momentum is showing us. And I do want to zoom in here on the 4 hour, because guys, we really just have so much to look into. This is actually kind of nuts here. So on the 4 hour, let's go to the 1 hour so we can see this bounce. Okay, perfect. This is what I was hoping to see. On the 1 hour, we had that bounce on the 1 hour. The reason that's important is because it shows that bounce was strong. If we had this bounce over kind of hourly candles, it wouldn't be that big, but the fact that it was on the, and we can pinpoint exactly this move. Again, the moves tend to happen really fast. We're going to look on the 1 minute just to see how quickly this move happened. Look at this, 1 minute, then the next minute, and then the next minute. Wow, so this was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roughly, it was less than 10 minutes. Maybe even like 5-10 minutes, this entire move happened. And you can see, and wow, look at this. In 1 minute, $73.99 back up to $74.72, almost another $100 in 1 minute candle. So what is that showing? Extreme levels of wanting to bounce back here. Okay, that's really important. We don't usually look on these small time frames, but that's really key to look at, because we just want to see how strong that move was at the time that it was happening. Okay, so you can see this is on the 1 minute. I'm going to get out of this 1 minute, because other than that, we don't really have a need to look at the 1 minute chart very much. Okay, but something I do want to note, let's get rid of some of these messy lines here. Something I do want to note, again, this is on the 1 hour. You can see that was a very strong bounce here. Okay, so, and actually, let's zoom out a little more, because I'm not sure why these dirty lines are on here. Okay, so guys, here we are. This within the next few days. So we were just predicting a bounce down to the 618 and bouncing up. Now, I will revise this for the next video, just move around the lines, because obviously it didn't take us an extra week to get down to this line. It actually happened a little bit faster. Okay, so same level has been hit so far, and so far this is really important, but it's also critical because this is happening live. We're seeing this move play out live, and by the time this video gets uploaded, who knows if it's even relevant still. Okay, guys, and I'm going to be honest here. This is where things get a little iffy, and they get a little tricky as well. This is where things get a little tricky, a little iffy. You know, this is where I'm not really going to necessarily make a as big of a risk, okay? This is where things, again, they're very risky right here. This is where things are very risky. Again, we were expecting this move pretty much guaranteed. We were very high percentage that this was going to happen, which it just did today. But other than that, we have not necessarily made any type of a call. And again, I'm very hesitant to do that right now, just because, guys, just because this stuff is super risky here. Now, what I talked about yesterday, actually, that I thought was very important is that we put in a low slightly above this previous low back on October 21st, right here. And wow, look at that, 72.92, 73.93, exactly $100 so far higher than this move. Okay, so this low right here is exactly $100 less than this move that we're seeing today so far. Now, guys, keep in mind, this is very healthy. Okay, this is healthy. However, if this daily candle closes, or the next few days closes below this mark right here, or just below the 618 in general, that's not good, in my opinion. That signals a potential momentum downwards. But as of right now, this is very good. This is what we've been saying for the past few weeks, that this is necessary and good. However, again, guys, I just want to reiterate to you, if we get continuous closes and we can you put in lower lows instead of higher lows here, if we don't see something like this at the very least, see like so a trend at least kind of doing something like that, higher lows, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. If we start putting in, okay, let's do like a low, a lower low, a low, guys, that's where things get very risky. Now you might say, well, wouldn't it be bad if we come down here? No, guys, that's exactly what we're expecting. Again, just how market moves, okay? So these kind of things are pretty normal. It's pretty healthy, just based on a lot of different things on TA. But again, I'm just trying to make it as simple as possible. If we start putting in lower lows, guys, at this critical point, then that's bad. I didn't say if we put lower lows here that would be bad. Again, I was saying that was good because it just natural is probably what's going to happen. So wow, now let's actually like zoom out a little bit and just try to take this all in, okay? So now we've talked about scenario kind of 1 a little bit. Let's talk about the next scenario, okay? So if we don't put in those lower lows, and in fact we put in the higher lows, then again, that's extremely healthy. We get a high above this low. If we get a low above this low, so a higher low above this low, so a lower low and then a higher low, okay? If that happens and we continue up, again, we'll probably find some resistance around here, but again, that would be really good. And if we can try to maintain and get back above this market structure, which we are currently actually not above, and this is what I want to zoom out and show you guys why exactly that market structure is important, why it's even there, okay? This is the triangle back, triangle, or the wedge, yeah, the triangle, ascending triangle back at the end of 2018. That really kicked off the excitement and brought some hope back, because prior to that, it was basically an entire year of just going down. Okay, this triangle brought life to the market. Okay, now this structure is key here, because if this structure is broken, that life gets sucked out immediately, in my opinion. So if we can't maintain that, guys, I think it's gonna get sucked down immediately. Now, to me, this is all coming to fruition in my head. I think this actually makes perfect sense when we look from the macro scale, just how the cycle has played out so far. Okay, this actually makes sense to me, because I think a nice retracement like we've gotten makes sense, because we needed some more downturn, we need some more bearishness. But however, if again, guys, I can't reiterate this enough, if again we continue down and we don't at this critical moment, again, this is basically, I'll try and put it as simply as possible. If the market over the next, because it's happening very fast, day or weeks, I want to say weeks, but it could happen in days just because of how fast it's moving, okay? I can kind of just show you, even on the weekly, look at this. Look at this, pretty big weekly candle already, and this is even more significant because we've already had a few weeks of downside action, and we're at a very critical spot. So this is a pretty big candle for where we are. You know, if we were right here and had a big candle, or right here and had a big candle, it's not that big of a deal because of where we are in terms of the market. But now we have a big candle potentially forming right here, and that's a lot more treacherous, okay, guys? So we got to watch out for that. I'm sure many of you guys are wondering for exact numbers, so let me give you guys some numbers that you can hang on to and what those numbers mean, okay? I'm sure you guys want to hear that. Okay, so if we close below 73.30 to 7,300. So let's just round. Let's say if we close below 72 to 7,300, okay, 72 to 7,300 on a daily or especially a weekly candle, that is very bad. In my opinion, that's very bad. All right, and we're actually getting close to the end of the week, so we'll probably see that soon within the next day or two. However, if we can close even where we are right now, or anywhere above this, or even slightly below it, so let's see, basically from even where this candle touched to anywhere above this, so anywhere in this area that I have shaded, or anywhere above that as well. So here, basically, this is the lowest we can close, or above, then that's bullish, okay? And that means we're, in my opinion, we're perfectly healthy, and that's fine. If we cannot do that, then guys, we're in for a treat in a bad, bad way. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next update. Wow, thanks so much.